Okay, welcome back to the Rachel and Tommy Show. The podcast about nothing and everything at the same time.
That's the Seinfeld of real estate
podcast. We're so excited today. We have Melissa Fagan with us.
Hi.
Yes, known Melissa for years.
Long time.
She's literally, as a single mom. It was the first time I met her. I remember.
I'll never forget. Bryce was choking in his car seat in the back seat on a peanut butter and jelly.
It was,
and Rachel walks in my office. I was like, that lady is crazy. And she left. I was like, what just happened?
Single mom just trying to make it out there.
Like, I swear you just drove down from New York that day.
No, I remember.
I'm not kidding.
I literally I was actually thinking about this last night, the beginning. I was like, I remember I had to wire the money, and I was like, I'm not going to make it there. I had to stop in Birmingham, wire the money for a flip house. It was one of the homes that I lived with my son with. And then, and I was like, but like ever since that closing, we've been together.
I do remember. I was like, what?
And that's how I know Melissa is through you.
Oh my God!
Because that closing we had, that we became best friends from that first
the
closing.
One in Lake Forest.
And then I was like, I like you too. We're gonna.
I like you too. That is.
So
that's when you were on 98.
Yep.
You know, in that sideways building.
Before you were a business owner.
Yeah.
Yes. Before.
All right. So tell us, how did you get to Baldwin County? Where did you grow up?
Okay, I grew up. I was Pensacola. I lived there since I was 5.
I didn't know
So
that.
which is only like 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's not
from
far.
where she
my
lives now.
mom lived in Pensacola. My dad lived over here. First he lived in Bay Minette, then he lived in Daphne.
Cool.
Yeah, so I grew up in Pensacola from 5, on. It's where I went to elementary, middle, high school. I moved to Daphne in 2008.
Okay.
So I've been here since 2008. I've been doing title in Baldwin County since 2008.
So what drove you to Baldwin County? Like, why Daphne? What brought you there?
Well, I'd been living in Orlando at the time, and then I got pregnant, and my dad lived here, and I was like, I'm going to move to Daphne.
South Florida, moved to Daphne.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
It just worked out.
And you were a single mom.
I was a single mom, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was by myself, so that's why I moved to
be
Daphne.
closer to family. That makes sense.
You gotta have a support system.
Do?
When they say it takes a village, like it's no lie. It takes a
definitely
village.
does.
Yeah, you gotta have the right people. Yeah.
Yep.
Did you go to college?
Nope, I did not go to college.
I'm surprised because you're so smart. I mean,
but for title,
so smart.
For title, you don't have to.
But how did you get into it then? Like, what? Oh yeah, I want to know. Like, I never asked that ever.
I feel like I got into title the way most people get into title, which is they have no idea what it is, and they know a realtor or a lender or someone who says, hey, my friend has a job opening.
Okay.
Like, everyone starts going to work
bottom.
at a title company having no idea what title insurance is. And, yes, you have to get in there. You're, like, answering phones, ordering
You were
payoffs.
like a receptionist at first.
Entering orders.
Yeah.
Ordering payoffs. And then you start just learning it. And not everyone can pick it up, but the ones who do pick it up, that's the ones who will stay there.
And then you just like enjoy
forever.
It. Like
yes,
you enjoy it.
I do. You're always meeting new people.
That's true. No day's
always
the same.
meeting new people. Exactly. You're always almost every single day I say, this is something new that I've never encountered. Which how many jobs can you say that when you've been there for 15, 16 years?
Real estate's the same way. It's different
every
day.
Single day is different.
And that's what I like about it. And it does take like smarts and intelligence to
and people skills and good communication. Like you have to be really a chameleon to be able to adapt.
Exactly.
There's so many personalities, so many different ways people need to be talked to.
But also with that, you're dealing with so many, like you said, so many personalities. You have to know how to like diffuse things.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I mean, I see that so often, like title companies can either make or break the deal.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And if they're hotheads, like, okay, you're done. Like,
no, it's
I had one time, I literally, and I don't care, I'll say it because I'm never closing there again, and I grew up with this person, you know who you are. This is the thing, right? I was out of town, okay, and I had a closing, and the seller, it was contentious anyways. He didn't want to sell, but like you had your condo for sale, you signed the contract, I'm sorry, right? So he did not come down the day of I'm in Boston, right? I thought everything was set up. I had my assistant line it all up. It was supposed to close on a Wednesday. On Wednesday, I get an email from the title company for the settlement statement for the next day.
You're like,
I'm like, what's going on? So this title agent Actually, he was the attorney. He's not the title agent. The attorney was like, oh, yeah, you and the other agent had a back deal agreement that it was okay to close the next day. I said, no, we didn't. No, what are you talking about?
Where's the agreement?
The contract is here. We're following the date.
Yeah.
The seller never came down from where he was coming because he thought, oh, well, I didn't hear from him, so I'm not, So anyway, every time, like, rather than just diffusing the situation, he would pick up the phone and he would, like, entice my seller and, like, get him all riled
Why
up.
did he want to close sooner? He wanted to close sooner?
He wanted to close on the date of the contract.
Right.
The title company sent them the HUD closing the next day.
The next day.
Got
So
it.
because
there
he
was
said
a
they were
back deal
a back deal
agreement.
agreement. No, there was
That's all
a.
he
I
did,
document
right?
everything. It's in writing. If it's not in writing, it doesn't exist, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's hard.
but yeah, he
Exactly.
kept like inciting him, and I was like, stop. And so I finally had to get on the phone with his partner and say, get him off the phone. He cannot call my client again. And then he had the nerve to say, I don't give a F if he closes or not. And I said, well, I give a F because you're effing with my money. It was like a piston match then, But anyway, we got
And
it done.
it's such a small world. Like, you see people again.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm like, don't do that. And we have history. I know you. We grew up.
Yes.
I'm like, don't do that.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we
you
just
get your
derailed, but
business.
there's our little bloop.
Oh,
Like,
sorry. There we go.
like the vet.
Yeah, scratch the vet. But you
Don't
can
put
leave
the
this
vet
because he
in.
needs to know. I've told him. And he's glad that I'm not naming his
leave it
name because
in.
I'm really tempted to drop the
Leave it
name.
in.
But I tell people don't close there. If you want your check, don't close there.
All right, if you could
Gage
go
is like,
back 10, 15 years. Make sure I get this right. Cause
Let's ask the right question, please.
what advice would you give yourself?
To prioritize my own happiness, prioritize myself, taking time for myself, because you cannot be the best version of yourself if all you're trying to do is please other people.
No, that's true. And like I said earlier, I think it comes with age.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a shift about to be 40 my boundaries are my boundaries. I've given myself in my 20s and 30s to every single body but myself. And now it's time for me and my family.
That's
so
exactly.
nights, weekends, nothing needs my attention more than raising my children right now. And that's our
Agreed.
number one
Yeah.
priority that...
It's a short time that you got with them.
Back in the day, you're like, oh, I don't answer that person. They're not going to like me. They're not going to stay at my company. Well, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, but I also think it's like that time frame that you're in because it is kind of like you're starting out, So like
Yes.
every minute is $1.
You're trying to
that
build
you're
your
thinking,
business.
oh,
This is
that's
true.
money that my kid could use to go for this or that.
Exactly.
I could use
This is true.
But
This
then
is
when you get to
true.
this point, you're like, okay, well, I'm a little established. Like, you either love me or hate me. I don't, it's like
Well,
what it is.
my son I would always be answering emails on my phone, text on my phone, and he would, be 7 years old. Like, can you please get off your phone? And I'm like, I have to do
I
this
know.
for work.
Right.
Like, this is work. Do
I
you
know.
like having a house? Do you like
I
having
know.
electricity? Like, I have to. And now
I
it's
know.
just kind of like, no, when I'm home, I'm home.
And that's exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing
Still
to
on
learn.
vacation. Like, on vacation, I'm always, like, you can't just drop it completely.
No,
You don't want your business
I do
to go.
envy people that can, though.
Me
I'm like,
too.
How can you just, like, go across
I'm very
the
good at
seas
that.
I'm not.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, maybe.
She's a liar.
Well, I check in.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
Yeah.
I
Me
will.
too.
My response is this: can I do this? I'm away. Here's who to contact.
Right.
Or I'm away. I'll get back to you on Monday, and I leave it on my voicemail. I'm not gonna be
Right.
back in the. I mean, you need to set boundaries, or you, as a business owner, you let everything run your life.
I know. But it's
Agree.
hard. I mean,
Agree. It
It's
is.
very hard. It's probably the hardest thing to learn, and I don't think you do good at it until you get to a certain age.
But you can't be the best boss or business owner if you're not
No.
taking the time
That's
for
right.
yourself.
No.
You
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 can't.
have to have
I mean,
rest.
one area of your life you're always going to be failing.
Yeah.
If you're doing good here, then you're failing here. If you're doing
Yep.
great there, you're failing here. I mean, it's the
Exactly.
truth.
Yes. Yeah.
But I think when you're a mom, I mean, you need to, because I hate when the kids are like, get off the phone. Or I hate when Jaden will do this, my middle child, to be like, and what did I just say to you? And I'm like, he'll test me. And I was like,
weren't
busted.
listening.
Yeah,
I was like,
twerk.
and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, busted. I was like, all right, point proven. But now ask me the questions. Because they know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or it was
sure.
kind of like also like intentionally, they're fine until you get on the phone and they're like,
That
Dad,
is
Dad,
true.
Dad, Dad,
Yeah.
Dad.
but this is true.
That
This
is
is
true,
true. I was
too.
like, I just asked you for your orders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now
yes.
I'm here. They're like, Mom, can I have?
Yes.
I'm like, I just asked you
I just
before.
asked you. Yes. Yep.
So it's
I'm always
definitely
like, sorry, the kids are in the car. I mean, what can you do?
Now they have to talk.
Yeah.
it's definitely a juggling act.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're not asking that question.
Okay, so curious for listeners, because I get this a lot with realtors and even buyers and sellers. They want to know, like, how do title companies make money? Like, how do you make money?
So we charge the buyer a closing fee, and then in Baldwin County, the seller pays for what's called the owner's policy of title insurance, which is us guaranteeing there's clear title, and if there's not clear title down the line, you have an insurance policy to go back on to say, look, you didn't do this, and now this person says this is their house, or you know, whatever. And those are the two fees on the settlement statement that we make money from. It's not a lot of money. We are not making, you know, a ton of money per transaction. Like, if realtors had 10 closings a month, they'd be like, I'm doing great.
Yeah.
If we had 10 closings a month, we're closing our doors.
Right.
So we have to do a lot more
numbers game.
closings
Of
to
course.
make
Is there like
money
a
to stay
goal? Like,
open.
do you set a goal?
I mean, there's like a break-even number,
Okay.
you know, where if we didn't have at least, we just have one office, by the way, one office, 5 employees. So
Yes.
if we didn't have at least, I think, 35 closings a month, we'd be
I know. Well,
in
it's
the
hard with the
negative.
overhead with the employees too.
It is.
Trust me,
because 50 closings a month or 100 closings a month, you need the same amount of employees. Like, there's no one you can really get rid of.
That's true.
To when you're having fewer closings, because everyone is working hard. Everyone does a lot. Everyone's working all day long. So.
Oh, absolutely. And I think people also, you know, the more expensive the home is, the higher the prices for the title owner policy too. So it actually, that number will change with the value of the property.
Yep.
Okay, so going back to that, you said it's a numbers game, basically. You gotta. So what would you do as a title company? How do you get more business? Do you go to offices and try to go to like sales meetings, or what is
sometimes yes. I personally don't find the biggest return in that. Like, I like, you know, educating people if they want to have a class done or something. Like, new agents just need even explaining what a settlement statement is, title commitment, title insurance. But I don't find that you necessarily get a lot of new business that way. The way that I, from the beginning, have gotten new business is just by meeting new people through closings. Like, a listing agent sends me the order, but then the buyer's agent likes the way that we do business.
Yes.
That,
I mean, that makes
the proof
that
is in
is
the pudding, right? You
exactly.
do a good job.
It's not
It
billboards. No one has ever been driving down the street and said, that title company on the billboard.
Well, someone said something interesting at a train. I think it was at a training a few weeks ago with the billboards. They're like, everyone's looking down on their phone.
Right.
They're not looking up.
Looking
and I
at
was
the
like,
billboards.
that makes a
point.
lot of sense.
Yes. That's,
Billboards have like zero, but unless you're like Alexander Shannara.
Exactly.
You know,
Which, does he still have all his billboards?
I don't know.
I've
I
seen
feel like I haven't heard of
a
it, but-
bunch. I've seen on the way here. I saw some motorcycle attorney billboard like 7 times.
But now that you said that, I really haven't
don't
seen
see
a
it
lot of
still.
his billboards.
The amount of money he was spending monthly was probably
insane.
yeah.
But he's all over
But it's
social
everywhere,
media.
and
He's
it's
on
all the
social
way
media everywhere.
south. It's like all the way to Florida at the end, all the way up, all the Mississippi.
Yeah, no, it
Texas.
literally is everywhere.
Yeah.
Good for you, Alexander Shannara.
Exactly.
So that's I know, right? So that's what you just have a lot of like repeat agents. referring
meeting
the
people
business.
and then liking how you do business.
So
is
you
true.
do a good job.
Yes,
and then
you
the
do a good
work
job, and then
continues
yeah,
and
exactly.
Same thing in
Yes,
real estate.
yes, it
It's all
is.
about the referrals.
Yes.
That's good.
All it
Yeah.
comes down to.
Yeah, I think there's such a misconception, really, in all aspects of real estate, that people think that realtors are rolling in the dough, that the title companies are rolling in the dough, that the home inspectors are rolling in the dough, you know, and it's
We said this last time
Yeah,
too. It's
you
a
don't see it.
perception.
Yeah.
You don't see what happens behind closed
No.
doors.
and social media is fake. You know, you see what we put out there.
And
you know?
listen, I mean, Melissa's heard me cry many times.
Yeah,
in this, literally.
No one's putting on social media the bad ones that they have.
Like, can
or
you
the-
believe that just happened?
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely called her crying at times.
Yeah.
Or 3 or 4 or
Aw,
5 or
like,
6.
Rachel, it's gonna be okay.
So what do you think sets your company apart from, I mean, there's hundreds of title companies in our area. What sets your company apart?
We try to communicate effectively. Like, I will answer an email as fast as I can. I answer the phone. If I'm sitting at my desk and the phone rings, I will answer it. And people are always surprised.
I know. I'll be honest, I was.
They're
that
like,
last
oh,
deal
you
we had,
answered the
yeah.
phone? Yeah, because I'm sitting here, and if
I
it's going to
know.
come to me anyway, why not just pick it up?
That's just
I
true.
know.
When it comes across,
I know.
and it's
I'm like, she's
faster
so
for
busy and
everyone.
she answers
I know,
the
but
phone.
that's
That's
just
just
part
true.
of
She
it.
does answer.
I'm always multitasking.
But I think I call
Yeah.
her cell phone.
yes. Some
Yeah.
I'll text. I don't mind texting with realtors.
I'm a texter.
Because I know I prefer texting over phone calls, and I'm sure realtors do too sometimes.
Wait, but like you have to, you guys probably know
Oh
my
my
text.
God.
She's like, sometimes she'll be like, I tried. I don't. What are you trying to say?
I can't
Like,
figure this one
I'm
out.
trying, but like it's not making
Okay,
This
but
one,
I never
no.
had a problem. I can always decipher them, but I'm also that texter too.
Sometimes.
My wife
No,
is always like, I don't
sometimes
know
the
what you're
last
saying.
one that I asked her on, there would have been absolutely no
No.
way. It was like it came across as like cake and confetti, but it was to ask the stager
It's my
if they
voice,
could move.
but it's my voice text, because I try to do a lot of voice texting, doesn't say what I'm saying. And I was like, I don't really have what's the problem?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Well-
surprised by that because Siri doesn't understand Southern,
And she doesn't.
but I'm surprised she doesn't understand New York.
She doesn't understand New York.
she
So I'm like, that's
understands
not
no
what
one,
I
basically.
said. And then I'm like, you try to do it because you're driving and
Yeah.
you gotta like go back. I'm like,
It's not worth it.
it's not worth it.
Nope.
You gotta
Nope.
get on the phone.
Yeah.
So
Although sometimes I do prefer a phone call. Like,
Yeah, no, that's
this is
the
not
thing.
what we're talking too much.
Yeah,
Can we just talk it
sometimes
out real
I'll
quick?
just pick up the phone to call rather than I don't like getting super long emails.
Oh, either do I.
I
I
don't read
check.
them.
I
to sit
check
there and
out.
read through everything.
I
so
check
I don't like
out.
sending them because I know that I've lost the realtor after the third sentence.
Give me like a bullet. Like,
Yes.
do you have this? Do you have that?
yes.
Do you have this?
So
Then,
if it's something that needs a discussion, I
Yeah.
will absolutely just pick up the phone and call.
Yeah.
No.
So much easier.
Yeah.
Do you think there was a pivotal moment within your business that took you to success, or just gradually along
I think
the way?
really just a gradual,
Yeah.
just building up business. I started out at a different title company.
Of course.
And I started out knowing nothing about title. And then the manager of that office moved to Tennessee. She opened up an office there for the same company. But then I was kind of left to manage that office within, I feel like it was like a year or a year and a half
Yeah.
of starting. And I just grew my business that way. I just kept some of the same clients.
Well,
that had
that's
been
the thing,
coming
because they
there.
connect with you. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Exactly.
And you
And
took
then
care of
just
business.
grow.
Yeah.
And so it's just like a gradual. And then when I moved to another title company, they came with me,
Yeah.
most of them. So
And how long now have you owned your title company?
since 2020. So
2020.
4
Oh,
years.
COVID years.
Yeah.
COVID years.
I thought there was a lot of
Oh, that
startups
was
at
the
COVID.
worst.
Oh,
Yeah.
COVID
COVID years
was
hard.
It was.
Where did you do it? Outside in the parking lot? I don't even remember
Okay,
what we
so
did.
yeah, we did outside in the parking lot.
That was hard.
We would do like through the window. I mean, it was just silly, honestly. Some of them.
Looking back, I
like
know
it
you're
was
like, what
so
did we
hot.
do?
Like I remember standing at
I
cars,
know.
sweating
Sweating.
dripping down my thighs. Like it's always my thighs. I'm like, my thighs are so sweaty right now. You're in the air conditioned car. That's great, and not just that, just the volume of business.
It
And
was
we
so
didn't
crazy.
have the employees for
I know.
it. I was coming, and the kids weren't even in school.
And then people
Oh,
were
yeah.
getting sick, and then they were out, and then
Yes.
you're getting sick, and
Yes.
then you can't have people in there because someone
Yeah.
was sick. It was
Might be
crazy.
sick. Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
also,
would
we
get-
didn't really know.
We
had
had
No.
exactly going
because we
down.
didn't have it here for a long time, Mm-hmm. And I
And
remember
then
like,
when
I was
it-
so busy during like when
Yes.
everybody was staying
Everybody.
at home.
Yes.
No, there were so many people like in my office. They were like, "I would love staying at home." I'm like, "I haven't stayed at home at all. I'm working every day." And my wife works from
Yes.
home, and we got all 3 kids. This is a nightmare.
That was hard.
But I
mean,
remember I
we-
would come home and I would come in through our laundry room and I would strip down naked. I would throw my clothes in the washer. I would go jump in the shower and scrub my body.
Exactly,
And then put on
because you
fresh
think
clothes.
that we have
And then I was
germs
like, oh,
everywhere.
I'm
What's
like running a
happening?
99. I must have it.
I
And it's
know.
like my blood pressure is
It's
out of the
just
roof.
hot,
Because,
yeah.
because I don't know
No,
what's going
till
on.
this day, have you guys had COVID? Yeah,
Yeah.
both of you have.
Oh, yeah.
I still
Not-
haven't had COVID.
Yes, you have.
You just don't know it. Yeah,
There's
you brought it back from New
no
York. That time you got me
way.
sick. Remember, you
There's
had
no
something.
way
There
you
was-
haven't had
There
it.
was one time I thought I had it. and
You
then-
had it. You just tested
You
negative.
had it, yeah.
You're like ace.
Yeah.
Wait, then did you guys get the shots too? You
Yes,
did.
I felt
did.
pressured to get it.
I did.
I know. I
got
cried the
it.
whole
I really
time
didn't
was
want
getting
to,
it.
but
Neither do
like
I.
my receptionist got really sick and almost died.
And
was, like,
that's
in
the
hospital.
thing. There was like you
Oh,
just didn't
gosh.
know what's
I
right and
know.
wrong.
It hit our office. It was like my receptionist, my bookkeeper, my parent. Like it was like boom,
And
boom,
when
boom,
the
boom, boom.
older people
And I
were
was like,
getting
"Give
it,
me
it
the
was
shot.
very
Give me the shot."
scary.
Yeah.
Like I didn't, I wasn't afraid I was gonna die if I got COVID, but like my mom had a really rough time
She
when she
did.
had it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Like hospital. She went to hospital with it.
not like hospitalized, but like it was getting there. Yes.
So scary. I'm just glad we're past that. That was a freaking brutal time in history. That'll be in the history books.
Oh yeah, my son Travis the other day was like, I can't believe COVID was when I was in 5th grade. He's like, it seems so long ago, but I remember he's like,
that was hard.
Because I was so busy at work, I'd have to leave the house at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Like I'd leave before he was even awake. And he was 10 years old.
And who would think?
Here we go.
Yeah,
right.
Good luck. Hope you're doing good at school.
Right.
I know.
Yeah, we told our teachers, we're not coming back to Zoom. Like, I can't do my job, your job, my wife's job. Like, it's too much.
No.
I literally was doing their homework at night for it. I was like, I can't even sit.
I remember my parents were like, okay, like, we did this and we didn't have... I'm like, this is
It's
not the same.
the same. No.
We don't have a break from these kids. It's
Never.
24/7.
No, and I stayed at our condo down
Yes.
here at the Carib too, so I was like in tight quarters.
Yes.
And John was in construction. He worked every day.
Yes.
I was with the kids.
But we were a lot of the problem, though, I feel like, the locals, because where everybody was shut down and couldn't do anything, we were like on the boat.
Like,
we were having
We
a
did,
good time.
yes.
We
That's
were,
why
like,
I was like,
lay
we'll
on the
go to the
beach.
condo. Like,
Yeah.
at least let me see something pretty.
Right.
And
I
just,
know.
Yep.
oh, horrible time.
Yeah.
All right, so you've had a million clothes. How many? Do you even know? Do you keep track
know,
of that
no,
numbers?
it's so funny, but I was thinking about the other day. I would estimate, I guess, let's say 300 a year. If that, I do, it's probably more. But so for 15 years, that's 4,500 clothes. Because I was like, I've done thousands of clothes.
Thousands.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't feel that way.
Yeah. Of course, but
Yeah.
do you remember your craziest? We all love the crazy stories.
I mean, there have been a lot of crazy ones, but
And dealing with people.
yes, I mean, whenever people
I know.
are crazy. Sometimes
People are crazy.
One of the craziest was one of yours.
Uh-huh,
It was
shocker.
the lady in Alberta. It was a long time ago. Who?
Literally, my son is 9. So
Yeah,
I was pregnant with my son, so it was probably a decade ago. At
Yeah,
this
it was
point.
one of those. It was. She didn't want to sell. She was very difficult to get information from, like to order payoffs, to do anything.
Yep.
It was just hard. I remember Rachel calls and is like, "Well, she's not moved out. Everything's
Literally.
there. Everything." The buyers were like,
during their walkthrough.
they weren't. Yeah, I remember they came to closing. They weren't happy with her. But then the craziest, she showed up, had no driver's license. Rachel
I had to
brought
drive her. I was like, no, determined. I was like, we're moving you.
And then I think Rachel went back to her house and took a picture of it.
I was
me.
like, you need to stay here.
Yeah.
I will get you're like a flight risk at
Yes.
this point. We're at
Yes.
the end.
Yes. But she ended up signing. But then afterwards, we paid off her mortgage, like sent the check to pay it off. And the lender called, Wells Fargo called and was like, we can't accept this payoff because this account has fraud activity on it. And I've never heard anything like that. I was like, what are you talking about? Well, she had tried right before closing to make very large fake payments, almost to pay it off.
To pretend like, oh, I paid it, so you owe
tens of thousands
That's
of
crazy.
dollars.
Who
But
would think-
she didn't have the money in her account,
Who would
so they
think
got
like
reversed.
that? I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she thought she was going to get all that money back from her payoff. But
Psych.
so we had to get our attorney to deal with Wells Fargo on it
Crazy.
because they would not take her payment.
That's insane.
Yep.
Okay, so you mentioned you have 5 employees. Do you have an office manager or someone
No,
in charge?
it's pretty much me.
Okay.
We're small, so 2 employees work from home. Our title department, both of our title people work from home because that is a job you can
Of
easily do
course.
from home. And there's 2 owners, me and Corinne. We're co-owners. She's an attorney. She does the title part of it. I do the closing part of it.
Yeah.
So there's 3 of us in our office, and then 2 title examiners who work from home. So I'm pretty much the office manager. I'm
And
in
you
charge
have
of
someone
the
that can do
office.
closing so you can
Yes,
get away, get out of
yes,
town.
yes,
I think
yes.
that's the hardest thing is too.
Yes.
It's like traveling as a business
Yeah.
owner and taking that
Yes,
time away.
that's what
Okay,
I'm saying.
so if I call up Corinne and I were to ask
I
her...
don't think you call Corinne.
This is hypothetical,
Okay,
Rachel.
Corinne doesn't give
Why
out
are
her
you
number.
interrupting my
because
question?
she doesn't give out her number.
If
Corinne's
I
not
had Corinne's number, I don't even know who Corinne is, okay?
Exactly.
If I were to call up Corinne and I were to ask her what your greatest strengths are, what would she tell me?
That I can juggle doing a million things at once and make it seem like I can get through the longest to-do list. I look at my list and I'm like, there's no way I can do this today. And it's like 2:00 and I'm done.
Okay.
Like I can.
You're efficient.
I am.
Yeah.
I can do things quickly and all while, answering the phone calls, texting the realtors, everything. I can get everything
multitasking
done.
is very important. I think women are very good at multitasking.
I think my ADHD helps.
Yes.
For sure.
I don't think you will meet a good closing agent who doesn't have a little bit of ADHD.
Of course. I think even in real estate.
I think in life, because I heard something that was like staggering. It was like 54% of all business owners that are successful are ADHD or dyslexic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, that's a huge number.
Win.
Yeah, right?
Right?
Yep.
Throw in some anxiety in there.
Yeah.
We're good.
Right.
Right. So what, you've worked with many real estate agents with all these transactions. What do you think 3 mistakes are that realtors make when you're dealing with them?
General, okay. Number 1, communication. Not checking your email enough.
Across the board.
And answering, or even just you see the email but you don't answer it, or pick up the phone and call if you can't type out an email right then. Being in the transaction just for your paycheck, like not really caring about anything.
You always tell those agents apart too. Mm-hmm. Always.
And then I would say not asking your broker for advice on things that you really should. Like, you shouldn't come to the title company to ask them transaction, what should I do here? The seller wants to do this. What should I do? I don't know.
Or like how to write up an addendum or something
yes,
like that.
Always I get, how should I word this addendum? And it doesn't matter on our end, as long as, but a lender's going to care.
Right.
A broker's going to care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But for us, we just follow what you give us.
Of course. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you think people misunderstand? Let me rephrase that. What do people...
She's like, wrong.
No.
What do people misunderstand about you the most?
I mean, I think that when you meet me initially, you might think that I'm colder or more like mean or
the resting bitch
okay,
face.
but I didn't get that my first encounter.
Okay, I have several very good friends who have told me when I first met you, I thought you were a bitch.
Yeah.
But once, it's because I trust no one.
Right.
I trust no one until you give me a reason to trust you.
Because why?
Right.
Just because of your upbringing?
I guess. I don't know. It's just how I am.
But I feel like we're all, I mean, you're even like that. I'm like that. Like, you don't warm up right up at the beginning,
Yeah.
You don't get the full you.
No. But once you get to know me and, you're my friend, I am super loyal.
Yeah.
I'm the best friend. I will do anything for you.
So I was a close friend instantly is what she's saying.
Yes, basically. Well, no, some people you do click with right away.
Yeah.
But it's also just, if you don't know me, you just don't realize that
It's true.
I'm like that.
Yeah.
I get that all the time, the resting bitch face. They're like, I've got it. You are nice. And I was like,
yeah.
Thank you.
I am nice.
I guess.
But don't get too comfortable.
Exactly.
Because when I'm done, I'm done.
That's right. When you're dead to me, you're dead to me.
I have like that old school Italian.
Are you guys like that? I can do it.
Oh, I'm like that too. I tell people all the time, only Jesus Christ got resurrected.
When I'm done, I'm done.
You're dead, you're dead.
I'm a Leo. What are you?
I'm Aquarius.
I'm a Libra.
Oh.
I feel like it's the Italian old school
But Aquarius and Leo, I love Leos. Yeah.
Yeah,
just done.
I will.
Yeah.
When I'm done, I am done forever, and don't.
And I'll give chances. I'm like, we can.
Me too. It can go.
But then when it gets to that point of no return,
I don't
I'm
give
like,
chances. Though is my problem. I'm like,
no, I'm like, everyone makes mistakes. People
Yes.
are human. I'll give you had a bad day. You're going through. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
I don't. So most times I'm like, you showed me who you are. I know who you are.
Well, that's the thing. I know
Yeah.
who people are from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Me too.
I always do.
This is true.
But sometimes, there may be people in your friend group that you have, like, they're not your friend, but they're a friend of a friend, and you gotta
just tolerate.
You have to, yeah.
But I'm also
But
that
you
kind
know
of
who
friend
they
that's
are.
like, why are you bringing that person around? Like, I'm possessive a little bit,
I
So
get it.
I love those videos like on TikTok where they're like talking about the signs and how they like, and it's like Aquarius.
Yes.
If you piss an Aquarius off, like they will act like you're not there. You're there. You're walking around their space, but they're not going to acknowledge you. They see right through you. It's like, and they're talking about like, if you tick off an Aries, you're going to know it because they're going to jack you in the face. So it's like,
I gotta see what a Libra does.
yeah, it's always
Libras
so spot
are
on.
usually pretty even.
Yeah,
keeled.
I would think so. until we're done.
Right. Not this an Italian.
An Italian, yeah, that's a
Done, we're done.
whole new ballpark.
Yeah.
So you are a mom. So I think balancing life, I know firsthand, is a struggle. So what do you think? How do you balance work life, mom life?
Yeah.
That's a good
Well,
one.
as if you didn't.
I'm just trying to support your question.
So,
Who came up with that? That's a great
I know.
one.
It's like as if you didn't write the question.
I do think
That's
she
a
did
great
it.
question.
So off the
It's
cuff.
honestly, my son's about to be 15, so it's gotten a lot easier.
Oh my God. Is he driving?
He will be. May 6th is his 15th birthday, and he can get his permit.
That's freaking scary.
So now that he's older, it's a little easier. They don't require tons of attention. You have Power School on your phone. You check their grades. They're going to school. And, you spend time with them. Obviously, you make them dinner every night, weekend stuff. But it's not the same as when they're a little.
Diapers and bottles. I know.
Was rough.
Yeah.
It was so
very rough. But
the diapers, the bottles, the strollers, the equipment.
Probably didn't make enough time.
No.
Like, I probably didn't balance as well as I should have. But I'm not perfect.
No one is.
So
I feel like everybody's like that, though. Like,
you have the
my
guilt
parents
about
probably
it.
Think back,
Yeah,
and their parents
exactly.
probably,
Yes, yeah.
I think everyone struggles with balance, especially now more than ever, especially with like the electronic, even just now getting them off the electronics, me off the electronics to just like come together for a family dinner. It's hard.
Agree.
That's why I'm big into my vacations, because that's like if I have something, I always have something booked. That is my time. I turn off, and that's the time that I'm like, you have me. We're making these memories.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's great. You got
What is it? Everything I say today, I do think that's great. I wish I could do that.
Is that great? Tell
Oh, is
me.
that good? Do you like that really?
Is
You think
that
that's so
great?
good? You didn't know that already, that I take vacations, you dumbass. This is about to be the Tommy show.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so let's just get funny here.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Would
God.
you rather?
Oh no.
She's not
Oh
prepared.
my gosh.
I know,
didn't
you gotta
prepare for these
something.
would you
Yeah.
rathers.
Oh, you want me to do like a made up one real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Throw her off.
All right. Would you rather?
Her face is so scared.
She's so serious. Okay. Well, I don't know like a ton about you, what you love to do and
Okay.
personal. So
Okay.
I think you like to read. Okay.
Okay.
Do you?
Sometimes.
I
Okay.
can see you being a reader.
I can see her being a reader. She's so smart.
Do you think I'm a reader?
No.
I could read.
I am hooked on phonics. Because phonics hooked on me.
No, I read. I do read. I try to read
I
a book
know.
a quarter.
I'm so proud of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
That's great. I need to read. I have a
that
lot of
great?
books.
when I go on vacation. But it's so annoying because I'm such a goal-oriented person. I'm like, you cannot stop until you get to page 100. I'm
And then it's like takes the fun
freaking
out of
enjoy
it.
the moment, Rachel.
Yes,
Like, stop
Rachel.
putting a
I
goal
do
on
that
your
too,
book.
though.
Yes.
Are you like in your head when you're reading? I just wonder if people think like that. When
It
like when I'm.
depends what I'm reading. Like I like you learn about success, about motivation, but I like stories.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
stories.
Like a murder mystery. Like then
I love mystery
Then I'm
stuff.
like in the book and I'm not thinking about anything else really.
But I like
then
it.
a bird flies.
No, I can never just think about one thing at a time.
I don't know.
No, I can't. I feel like even when I'm reading, I'm thinking about a million things.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
And then I don't
Always.
remember really what I read.
Yeah,
you know?
yes.
But like my
Yes.
wife could like read cover to cover, know every word, and know what she read.
No,
No,
that will
I'm
not
always-
But my problem is
thinking.
like I buy a lot of books because I love books. I don't know why I love books because I don't read. I read a lot now, but I buy books all the time. I love to go to
I
Barnes
like
and
the way that book looks.
Yes, really. I like the cover. I like the way it feels. I like the pages they use, the paper.
No.
It's probably because my mom had like she's a doctor, of education, so she has like
yeah.
books
Books,
everywhere, like too much, really.
Too much
I'm like, can
books.
we get rid of? It looks like clutter, but I do love books. I just don't read them a lot.
Like
I like the way they look. I like to have them laying
Decor.
around. I like people to think I read.
That is.
I'm like, I'm gonna take that on this trip and I'm gonna read. No, I'm not. I'm gonna be in the beach. I'm gonna be on the water.
No, I
I'm
read
gonna
on
be.
Exactly.
vacation. Plane
Yeah.
rides, I read.
Also, I have 3 kids, so it's not
Yeah.
really easy to read. Like,
No, it's not.
if my wife wants to relax and I want to read a book, like it doesn't exist because
No.
somebody's like,
No.
help me. I'm like, that's why we had 3 of you.
can help each
you
other.
all play with each other and help each other. Like,
You can help each other.
come jump on the trampoline. I bought the trampoline for you to go
yes.
jump.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna watch you from the screen porch. I don't want to jump.
Me, I'm
I
like,
know.
You never jump with us. No, I don't.
do you think I could jump on a trampoline?
Listen,
Not a good look.
I'm like, no.
I know.
I know. Let me see your tricks. Go ahead. Show daddy your tricks.
But I have
You're
been
so
playing
good.
basketball lately with Jaden. I have. Because I'm like, I want to be present.
Yes.
So we've been
Great.
playing like
So good for you.
Sports are not.
I'm
how
thinking.
I'm
I've been thinking about a good way to make it a reel. I have a video of me playing basketball.
You gotta get your head in the
And I'm
game.
actually very good
She's
at
like,
it.
while I'm being present, I
I'm
am
gonna
gonna
film
put
it.
this on TikTok.
I'm gonna use this bonding moment to post about it and be super present.
Oh my god.
Look at the camera, Jaden. Look at the camera. Show mommy.
And then I'm like, Jaden, stop. Let me go see if that was good. I'm like,
All right.
nope, wrong angle. The
Your
branch
hair
is
is wrong, Jaden. Let's fix it. Okay, do it again.
Listen,
Shoot it
it
again.
was only 2 minutes. We played for like an hour.
Oh my god.
Oh
That's
my
funny.
I love
All right,
that.
go
You
back
gotta
to
love
me.
Rachel. I don't even know what I was asking now.
I know.
Would you rather?
Can I just stick with my
But just
script?
just keep going with the
Okay.
script. I
No,
like
wait,
it.
what were you going to ask her?
He doesn't even know.
I was gonna make it up.
It was a made up would you rather.
You mean
Oh.
I was gonna say a life with no books or a life with no sex, you know. So see, it's not good off the fly.
No,
So would you rather
Definitely no books.
have a man who cooks for you every night like a pro, or who cleans like a pro and has that house sparkling every day?
Cooks for you every night like a pro.
No.
Hands
I know,
down.
like, is there even a question, right?
That's so much easier.
I would love a personal chef. I somehow I get on like these when I'm on TikTok. I go down like this like chef talk or something.
There was a
Oh
one good
my
one that I was
God.
watching the other.
Is it a guy, like an Asian guy?
No, mine
Oh.
was a girl, and like the whole title was like professional chef or like an NBA player, and she'll just cook. She's good.
No.
This guy's
I'm
like
not
a
a cook.
chef in New York for this family.
That's what I want.
I know, but he's like in the kitchen all day long.
Yeah.
I'm like, when does he sit down?
But there's a passion for it. I don't
I
have
Or
a
is
passion
there?
for it. I
And
don't
how do
know.
you clean?
How can you, but my thing is like when you make that, I don't know, the passion if you have to cook all day every day.
Yeah.
He
you
had the
lose some of the
passion. That
passion?
he
He
had
does?
it.
Okay.
I don't
But
know.
like also like the meals, it's not just like a steak and salad. It's like a
Right.
steak and a full fish and a this and ceviche and this. I mean, it's like a whole.
And while they're doing
And what do they
it,
do with all
like
the food when they don't
the
eat it?
ASMR.
yeah.
When they're,
Oh, I love ASMR. The pickle lady.
yes.
I don't know.
Obsessed with the pickle lady.
When they're like slicing things and you can hear it go.
Oh yeah.
Or she's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. You're like, you're weird. I don't care. I love
It
it.
does keep you engaged more when you hear
Yes.
that. It does.
For sure. Put some ASMR on this.
All right. So what keeps Melissa up at night? We're back on the train.
Whoops.
And you said you were nervous. You're not
I'm
nervous.
not
You're
nervous
doing great.
anymore.
No, that's what I
I'm
said
better
when you're
now.
talking. It's
I
just like a
know.
conversation.
Yeah.
I
just
talk
got
to you
nervous.
every single day of my life.
I know. I
pretty
just
much.
got nervous.
Of course, it's nerve
Because it's on video, but it looks good.
You
so
can't
I'm
even-
okay.
You look great.
I'm okay.
The angle's good.
Yeah,
the
the
lighting's
lighting's
good.
He did good. He did good.
The Botox
So I'm
is on
fine.
point yet. It hasn't worn off yet.
Mine has. I need to go back. Look at that.
No.
I need to go
I
back.
only do it like once a year.
He gets like really.
I have to go back for
He
this.
does. I do once. I used to do once a year, but then I have to go back for a touch up because he's like very sparing. He's like a little. I'm like, no, just push it in. I need it all.
Everything.
Where do you go?
don't-
Do you go to Haley?
No, I'll just go to like
dentist?
whatever
People go
Botox
to
party
dentist.
is happening.
No, you don't.
Like
Don't do
Orange
that.
Hibiscus
Don't
has
do that.
one. This place has one. We're going to the Botox
Yeah.
parties.
It's a
I don't get. I just
The forehead.
It's just easy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff that I'm not real worried about. I'm not doing lip flips or anything like
No.
that with them.
I have no
No.
intention to do that. I heard it's very painful too.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So what keeps you, Melissa, up at night? I know being a business owner, we're always juggling and thinking.
Well-
What keeps you up at night?
I mean hormones.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm to that. I'm 43 almost, so that's been it.
Really?
Lately. hmm I've been sleeping
Wow.
pretty good lately.
Almost 40. I didn't know.
Almost
Really?
43.
But I feel like that's
She doesn't
like-
look it though at all. Really.
But that's young,
Yeah.
43 to be feeling. I guess is that like the norm? When does it start? When does
Around this age, yeah. Because I have friends a couple years older who are like way more into
really
all of that. hmm
like just pre-menopause?
Yeah, it's like waking up fully drenched in
Every
sweat for no
night
reason.
or
almost
just-
every night now. Yeah,
Huh.
it's coming.
It is coming.
Be prepared.
Well, I'm almost 40.
Do you
But
know the
no-
difference between an enzyme and a hormone?
No.
You can't hear an enzyme.
No.
Say hormone. You can't hear an enzyme, but you can hear a hormone.
Light bulb. Okay, sorry, I had to do a little.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Anytime
I like
anybody
it.
talks about hormone, I think about that joke. I don't know.
But
why.
no, work hasn't been keeping me up lately.
No, I think you.
I'm getting much better at leaving it
exactly
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I'm getting so much better at that.
And you feel so light.
And
it's like
it
yeah.
really does. You're happier.
That's what
Your
I
kids
say.
are happier.
I just wanna,
Everyone
leave it in my car before I get into the
Yep.
house. I mean,
You know what you should? Do you have those migraine cap things that you put in the freezer?
No, because I don't get migraine.
I know, but you should get it because you get hot.
The
So like anytime I have a fever, I just shove it on my head and it like cools me down
Ooh,
quick.
That's smart, actually.
They're very comfortable.
I'm
you
gonna
know?
do that.
Yeah, you
But
should
the
do
thing
that.
is, I'll like start the night out with a heated blanket on. I start with an electric.
Why would
that's
you
your
do that to yourself?
problem.
Because I'm cold when I get in bed. But then I push it off of me, and then at 3 a.m. I'm sweating. So I don't know. It's a lot. I'm
Yeah.
a lot.
But then do you go back to sleep? You don't stay up.
Yeah, no, I'll go back.
Yeah.
I mean, my alarm goes off at 4:41.
You wake up at 4:41?
Yeah, because then
I
I
hate
hit
odd numbers.
No, this is why, because then I hit. You know, the iPhone snooze is 9 minutes. So at 4:41, I hit snooze once, and then get up at 4:50.
I don't like the 4 o'clock
I
hours.
just wake up. I don't do an alarm.
You don't
Well-
have an alarm?
I
have
wake
to
up at
have
5
an alarm.
every day.
It's just I.
My wife
set
does.
it-
She has an
yeah.
alarm, and I'm
I
like,
have to
it
have
makes
an
me cringe. It
alarm.
makes me.
I don't
nuts.
I hate
have
alarm.
to. I usually wake up before it goes off the first time, but I will hit the snooze and then like just lay there with my eyes closed and not think about what time it is and just wait for it to go off.
Do
for
you go to the
snooze.
gym in the morning?
Mm-hmm. That's why I have
like you
5
go somewhere or you go do it in your
No,
house?
I have 5:15 workout class every morning.
That
So
good for you.
Where
Yep.
at the Y or what?
No, I go to Chaotic Fitness in Daphne. It's like the one I go. Most of the classes there are women only, but they have a few co-ed. But 5:15 is
Where's
women.
that?
It's really close to the office. Right there,
On 64?
Rand. It's on Rand, like
And
a
it-
little off of 64.
Is it like a circuit weight training?
It's group workout class, but like Monday, Wednesday, Friday are usually strength training. Tuesday is
Okay.
Tabata, and Thursday is endurance. So
What is Tabata?
the worst? It's 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Like you
Oh, I
switch
hate. I
back
don't know
and
that's the name of yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
And then like so you'll have Tabatas, and then the rest of the class will be like AMRAP as many rounds as possible of
Yeah.
these moves.
Is it 45 minutes? Like
45 minutes.
Yeah, that's like
starts at
45.
5:15. It ends at 6.
Yeah.
So you go back home or you go straight to the office?
No, I gotta go back
home.
home and get
I
trapped.
didn't know
That's
if you
why
had a shower or something.
That's
at
why I
office.
go to at 5:15 is so I can be back
I
home
know.
to get him up and ready for school.
Yeah.
So
But
in
you
the
have to-
summer, I could go at 6:15.
You don't drink coffee in the morning or you do? Oh, God.
I don't. I stopped
You don't
drinking
drink coffee either.
Well, I kind of started.
Oh.
I know,
There's
and now I'm
nothing wrong
like,
with
I
coffee.
like it. You know,
I've been through that phase before. I've been through a coffee
I never
phase.
drank coffee, but I was like,
I've
I
been
need
drinking
it.
coffee, I think, since my senior year of high school. I have this whole morning routine that even my kids know on vacation. Are you ready yet? Did you-
Right. Have you had your coffee?
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, that's what I do in the morning.
Yeah.
It can't change.
Yeah.
I, even for this next, we're going to Italy in a few weeks, I bought a Keurig machine because I only like Starbucks
Why?
Sumatra
Okay,
coffee.
How are
but the
you
coffee
bringing
in
it?
Italy is amazing. Why would you do
Right.
that?
Because I like
You
to
have
wake
to
up
have it
in my
where you
bed. I
are.
don't like on the last cruise. Like you had to get up, put the clothes on,
Oh,
go.
yeah, I see that.
Go. Like I just want to wake up
Why didn't you just get John to do it?
because I was waking up before him.
He does everything.
I got you. I just get John to
He
go.
carries the
No,
bag.
I just
Kids
want
to
getting
go
the
get
coffee.
it. Get
No,
your
they're
kids.
still sleeping, and that's the thing. I like that
By
quiet
yourself.
moment.
I
So I have
gotcha.
the Keurig machine, like the single Keurig machine travel one.
I think it's Keurig.
Keurig.
How are you bringing
Keurig.
it? You're putting in your luggage?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
She's thought about it all. Is it like a little one?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
Look
single
at her go.
serve, and I'm going to enjoy every.
What about water? Are you going to use a water bottle or like from
water?
the tap?
You know my water consumption. Like
No. I'm saying like to fill the Keurig.
no,
Are you-
Yeah.
I get in water bottles.
Oh, okay. Because I don't think you drink the water. over
What
there,
part
right?
of Italy are you going to?
So we're starting in Rome, but now that you said that, like their water has like sodium in it. I remember.
Yeah.
So we're starting in Rome. We're gonna spend a few nights in Rome, and then we're going on a
love
cruise,
Rome.
like a Mediterranean cruise.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
Because I'm like, you know what? I think about it. Bryson only has 5 summers left.
Yeah.
And COVID years, we did the 50 states in the RV.
Does the
Yeah.
boat have a pool?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, that'd be great because like when you go to places like that with kids, it's like if you took your kids to Washington D.C. You know what I mean? Like it's not like
You're walking around to museums. all
yeah,
day.
you know what I mean? There's not like fun things. So like if you have something to keep them doing,
So we're gonna
you know.
and we're like the hotel's right in the center of Rome, so you could like walk everywhere.
I love
That's
it.
cool.
And then,
Okay, there is this Chinese restaurant in Rome.
I feel like you told me this.
Have I told you? Oh my
before.
God, I love it. When we went, we ate like every meal there. It was so good. I'm not kidding. Also,
I
that
don't
was
think
like
I'll
the
be
end of
going.
my study abroad. abroad, so I was over Italian food. I needed.
Yeah, because you studied abroad there.
Yeah.
I studied abroad there, so that's why it was easier. That's why it's a good place to start because I'm like comfortable with Rome.
Yeah, I love and Rome is clean and it makes sense. The roads make
Yes,
sense. If you
the
turn
walk.
left, you're going to end up where you think you are.
Yeah.
Florence, you
Nothing
think
like
I'm gonna
Vienna.
oh gosh, yeah. Or in Florence, I'm gonna take a right and I'll end up there. No, you don't. You end up like at the river and you're like, where
Right.
am I?
It is easy.
After like walking around 3:00 by myself in the morning, I'm like, okay,
Where am I?
I need help.
Oh no, Venice. We went to Venice.
That was
and,
before I had maps,
Venice
though,
was
you know?
very confusing, and you
Yes.
can't jump in anywhere.
Venice is super because you like walk up the stairs and walk around and come
And
downstairs
then
and go
it's
around.
yeah. I don't know.
Also, like, why is every movie with vampires in Venice? Are there a lot of vampires in Venice?
Well,
Are
it's
there
like all
vampires?
it's all the back
There's
alleys.
no such thing as a vampire.
Are you?
there
I think
is.
there is. Why would you say there's no
Well,
such thing? Who made it up?
Who made that
Yeah.
up? It came off something.
Yeah, mermaids, all
Yeah.
of it. It's real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they might not be immortal, but like,
Rachel's like, I'm done. We're
There
done with
are
this conversation.
vampires.
I do think there are.
Sure.
I mean, my friend had a brother who was
Well,
a
so like we
vampire.
just got into that show, something about Discovery of Witches. Have you heard of that? I think somebody told me a long time ago, you gotta watch the show, and I never did. And I just happened across it the other day. It's good, and it's got witches and vampires.
I mean, witches are
and-
definitely real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some in Folio.
I don't think about that stuff.
She's on TikTok too and Instagram. I've seen her. You know who you is.
Witches are real.
They are real.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not arguing.
All right. Well, this went off the rails
Oh
real
my
quick.
gosh, you're having so
All
much
right.
editing to do.
No, they do. No,
They're fine.
Okay.
They're
all right.
fine. All right, so let's talk about future goals. Like, how do you know your son? I mean, before you know it, he's gonna be like. What do you see for your future? What are your goals? Like, how long will you be doing title? Like,
I know. We were
Like-
just talking about that the other day. Like, I don't want to be 70 doing title.
I don't want to be 70 doing
I
real
don't.
estate.
I want to grow the business, make it successful, and someone can buy it probably
goal.
at the end. Yeah, not anytime soon,
No.
but yeah, I don't want to. You see people in the business. Like, I feel like our title company, we are actually a young group of people
Yeah.
compared
Yeah. I
could
to
see
other
that.
title companies.
There's some of them that look like Tales of the Crypt. Like, where'd you
Yes,
come from?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And it's like they're still there at 70
Dying
doing
at their
title.
keyboard
And like
and-
changes, I'm 43 and hate changes. Like the changes,
I
I
know.
can't imagine being
Imagine-
70 with new technology stuff. Like it's just no.
No.
I don't want to be doing it forever. I love doing it, but it's not what I want to do when I'm old. I
Do
want
you
to
have
be
like
retired.
a date, a year,
No.
an age, and then I guess when Travis graduates, you just probably take more time for yourself and travel. Is
yeah,
that-
for sure.
And
Definitely.
he's like very smart, right? Very brilliant.
yes,
Yeah.
he's smart. He,
I can't believe it. He's a
He's so
senior.
cute.
no,
He's a senior? No,
He's a
he's not a senior.
freshman.
15.
No, why did no? I no. The word,
She's thinking of the future.
no, but no. I had 9 in my head, and I don't know why I said senior. Like I knew it was 9.
He's a freshman. I mean, he'll be a sophomore next year. He's turning 15 soon. He'll be driving next
He goes to
year.
Daphne High.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. So
That is amazing.
I know it'll be soon. It's gonna be like
3
that.
years goes by. You know how
I
fast
know.
3 years
I know.
goes by.
I know. It's
Yeah.
depressing.
Yep. Yep. It's coming.
That is crazy. My phone's vibrating.
Is that your phone?
Oh,
It's John. Answer it.
Hi, John. Poor
as long as
John.
it's school, I'm always like looking at my phone. I was like, it's the school. It's the worst when the school calls. You're just like sick. The nurse now knows everything's fine.
They always say
They have to
"Everything's
start.
fine."
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
Well, I
like,
got a text the other day. I'm sure my son would not want me to. He's 4, so it doesn't
He
matter.
doesn't care.
But I got a text from his teacher, and she's like, Temple had an accident. He's on his way to the nurse. And I was like, oh my God, do I need to come up there?
Like he busted his nose.
Yeah,
No.
right. And she's like, yes, please, because, we're restricted by the state. We can't do anything. We can't change him. And I said, oh, you mean poopies? He had a poopies. I thought he busted his head open. I need to take him to the ER.
Oh my God. Isn't he going to kindergarten next year?
Yes, and I don't know why he did that. He never does that. He was like, I was just playing a game, and I just was, whatever.
It
I was
just
like,
happens.
I know. They're just boys.
it was horrible. I like,
boys.
oh, it was horrible.
Girls
it was all
wouldn't.
over this nurse's bathroom. I had to like wipe it down.
Well, sometimes kids
Trying to change
just
them,
have-
because they're gonna leave him in it until you get there to change them. They're not gonna help,
I
and
didn't
he's
know
also
that.
you don't want him to,
Yeah, you don't want somebody touching.
So it's
her.
like, don't move. Take your socks
Yeah.
and shoes off. Take this off. Put this in a trash bag. Throw that away, please, nurse. Like,
Yeah, I'd be like,
Ugh.
we're going home.
no, I had to work. I couldn't do it. I was off already for a whole week for sickness, So I was like, soap, water, scrubby, go bye.
Oh
Love
my
you.
Gosh.
Yeah, sorry, I'm that parent. Whatever.
Hey, It happens. We've all been there.
Shit happens.
We have all been there.
We've all been there.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Is it cuss or cuff?
Cuff.
Cuff?
Off the cuff.
We're going off the cuff.
Go to college. If you like went back in time, would you go
Yeah,
to
like
college?
that's what, or would you do
Okay,
title
all
work?
right,
Like
there we
what
go.
would you do? Like looking
I
back.
mean, I like where I've ended up.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's kind of one of those things of like,
don't wanna
if I
change
change
it.
this, then this would change. If I went to college, I wouldn't have Travis. There's like so
This is
many
true.
things that would change if you went back and changed something.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see myself after Travis graduates, maybe going back to school, but just
Really?
for
fun.
to learn.
What would you study? What interests you?
I know, that's the thing. What does interest me? Not history.
I was gonna
I've
say
always-
philosophy. I feel like
I know, something like that, but I've always
Or
been
writing? Are
really
you
good
good at
at.
writing?
I'm the worst writer.
Really, you just come across so smart to me that I
So-
feel
She
like
is
she like,
very
writes
smart.
poetry.
I'm so
and-
good at math and things.
Okay,
I'm great
yeah.
at math and science stuff. I really enjoy,
Okay.
but like writing, it's something I always admire in other people.
Yeah.
When they can just put words out there that articulate how I feel, but words that I could not articulate
Yeah.
myself
Yeah.
like that, and it's so beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, John's a good writer. You know about AI though?
Oh my god! Well, now, yes.
Okay, but I feel like it's gonna bite us in the butt eventually.
I know everything.
Because
is
right now you can type it
AI.
into ChatGPT.
I'm all about
But
it.
you can also tell when
You can
ChatGPT writes it because
tell.
they're like, the marvelous
yeah.
of you, the
I'm all for it.
palatial kitchen.
it's the
It's a
hardest
chef's
part.
dream. I'm like, okay, you didn't write that
Yes,
crap. You know, like,
exactly.
I'm all for it. It's,
We
I
kinda
like the
did
simplicity
some.
of it, and then I tweak it. You
Yes.
know?
of course.
You
I
have
only,
to
you
tweak
have to.
it.
I'm a
edit
good writer,
it.
but sometimes I'm like, I don't want to think about this. Like, just
Right.
No, of course.
somebody was like, "How did you write that?" I was like, I just sat down and did it.
ChatGPT.
I'm all trapping.
ChatGPT.
I mean,
GTP.
all for it.
GPT.
And then making
Learn
it
your
my
acronyms.
own. I'm all for
But
it.
that's
Yeah.
something. Yeah, that will help now
of
in
course.
business stuff for just Facebook.
But
posts and
also,
stuff
the
like
amount of
that.
people that don't know how to Google things, so they're not going to know how to do ChatGPT.
That's
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
if you can't Google, you can't do that.
Oh,
Like,
for
it's just,
real.
you got to be able to tell it, like,
People.
in 2,000 characters or less, write this.
I'll be on the
you know.
phone with people and like they think they closed with us and they didn't, but I can look up and find where they closed and I'll tell them and they're like, "Well, do you have their phone number?" And I'm like, "I can Google it for you."
I know. Or they're like, "Can you tell me who's this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's this person." Can you give me their number? Can you just look it up? Can you just look it up?
I can Google it for you.
That's the worst. How do people get around in life without Googling?
I know.
My wife doesn't know how to Google. We've talked about this
Google all
before.
the
She doesn't know how to Google.
Even my
I'm
kids
Googling
do. We ask
everything.
Siri. Hey
Yeah.
Siri.
I'm like, give me your phone. She's like looking for hours for something. I'm like, just give me the phone and do it. I'm like, here it is. She goes, how'd you do that so quick?
Google.
Yeah, I just typed it in what I wanted. You know, like,
Yes.
you can literally ask it in question form. It'll do
On
it. You know?
Google. Everywhere.
Well, you got to be careful when it comes to like sickness and diseases and
Well,
stuff. You know,
that's
because
when I
then you're
go-
dying. You've
I
got stage
don't-
4 cancer.
I don't
you've
do
got-
WebMD.
MD.
I'll do like Reddit.
Yeah, that's way more reliable.
I don't know why.
I trust
think
a
Reddit
middle-aged
is, like,
man in his
the
living room.
The gold standard of.
No, I hate Reddit.
When I with my knee, I would like Google things, and I'd just get like the medical answers, and then I'd be like add Reddit to the end of it, and because it's other people
Yeah,
who have
who've
been
gone through it, yeah.
and I'm like, this sounds more like it.
Never-
I just add Reddit on the end of things if it's like something.
I've never heard
People,
of that.
this is discrediting
Don't
me.
just don't Google like
post
if you have a
this.
sickness.
Wait, what did he?
I said this is discrediting me. Don't post this.
No, I do the same thing.
Yeah.
You
He
Reddit
said-
too?
Yeah,
I've never even heard of Reddit.
for like real
Yeah.
life experiences on things.
So you just type something and then you put Reddit after.
Basically, yeah.
But you have to have an account though to get on Reddit all the time,
I think
right?
I made
to keep
one
reading.
I made one a long time ago. It has no picture. The name
Oh.
is like Jane Smith 231. Like
Yeah.
I don't post on Reddit. I don't.
You just go to read it.
I just go to read.
You go to Reddit.
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 Reddit. Reddit.
Huh.
It is real life stuff.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. Yeah,
Everything's on Reddit.
everything. You can find some
Everything.
everything.
I'm gonna have to.
It's kind of like Twitter. Like there's no censor. You know,
Correct.
like you can
Yes.
see everything.
Yeah. But I'm not looking
No.
up.
I'm like, oh, get that off. You know?
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to try this out this weekend.
Yeah.
Do it.
And her kids are gonna be like redditing left
Yes.
and right.
Oh my God.
They've never even told me about it.
Well, they don't. know about
Probably.
it.
Yeah, they don't know. Yeah.
Not yet.
There's so many things though, you know. And now with I keep wanting to call it Twitter, but TikTok. They're gonna, you know.
Oh,
honestly,
into
like, can we
TikTok.
talk about that because that really does bother me. Like, our government like gives you can't agree on anything, but you want to ban
Everybody
TikTok.
wants to ban TikTok. That's how I'm like. How do
They're
I
so
do this?
concerned about my
TikTok?
safety, but they're gonna put all this
Yes.
shit in my food
No.
and like.
But I think until they can buy
Ridiculous.
it, until it's American
no,
owned.
they don't want us
They
having the information,
don't want
and
us
they don't
to
want
know
us chatting with
everything.
everybody.
Yeah.
It's conspiracy.
Everything's on TikTok.
Everything.
But TikTok's like, okay, fine. You want to ban us? We're going to create a new app. Now
Yes.
it's TikTok notes.
Oh,
notes.
is it? Oh,
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
coming
know
out with a new
about
one.
this.
Yeah.
I don't scroll on TikTok still.
I don't
You
know
don't?
why. I don't know why. I keep telling her she would enjoy it. She likes the reels. They're
I
too
like
short for me.
Instagram reels.
It's the same thing.
It is,
I
but they're
don't-
longer on TikTok.
They
yeah.
can be longer.
I never scroll on TikTok still.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No.
It's a travesty.
it
Travesty? Is that the word?
Travesty, yeah.
I know there's
It
funnier
is.
things on there.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It's really funny.
And you can go down some rabbit holes real quick. Like,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I've learned all about
You'll,
every
like,
ailment.
You
and-
can watch one person's like 100 videos they
Yeah.
post. Like you just start going.
Or if you search something and then all of a sudden all you're going to see is that stuff. And I'm
Yep.
like, I just want it one time to see it. I don't want to see it every time I scroll.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
TikTok is like food, cats, and for some reason like little kids saying cuss
Cats.
words.
We love the cats. My kids love to watch the cat videos.
Yeah.
They're so funny.
They are hilarious.
I didn't know orange cats were so different.
I have an orange cat.
Is
and
it
it's
that-
orange cat behavior? That's what I say. Orange cat behavior.
Yeah,
he
I
gets
never knew.
mad and he'll just
They're
like yell at
funny.
you. I mean, yes, orange cats, and most all full orange tabbies are boys, and
Yeah.
boy cats are just
They're just wild. They're
Yeah.
nuts.
they're
Never heard
fun.
of this either.
They're like, stop it, you're scaring me. And you're like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I love
heard
an
of
orange
it.
cat.
Okay, well, if you were on TikTok, you would have
Yeah.
heard of it.
Alright.
So
I'm gonna send you
you're
orange
missing
cat
out.
All right,
TikTok.
send me
Yes.
an orange cat TikTok.
Mhm.
Right up my alley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's
see it.
food. Mine's cat videos. Mine's
Yeah.
that Australian woman with all the remedies about like health. You know, like now
Oh.
if you eat this, you can't
Yeah,
eat
yeah,
that,
yeah.
and coffee
Yeah.
dehydrates your body, and you
Yeah.
gotta have water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No.
love her.
Yeah. I get a lot of cortisol lowering videos.
Mhm.
Just they know
Yeah.
what's going on
Well,
with you.
of course.
Alpha Brain, I get Alpha
It
Brain
could
all the
be
time.
stuff that you don't even
Yeah.
talk
Joe
about
Rogan's
to
Alpha Brain.
people. Yeah.
Okay, but they do think you're. I think they're in
No,
your head.
I'm not kidding. Yes, it's things that I've only thought, or they know like
I
your
know.
childhood trauma.
Yeah,
I'm
How?
not. How?
It's scary, but I
Yeah.
did see that Apple filed for a patent for their new
Stop it.
earpods to be able to read your thoughts.
That's not true.
Yeah, swear. The new earpods they're developing will, yeah.
What?
That's kind of scary.
that wild?
don't
That's
think
scary,
I'll
I
get
know.
anyone reading my thoughts.
But literally, okay, this is a true story. I didn't say it out loud. I didn't even say it to anyone, okay?
We're gonna start seeing it on our phones.
I dropped off my son, and he has like a separate car line because he's in the K4 program.
Mm-hmm.
And his teacher had on these sunglasses. And I remember, oh, my wife had those sunglasses, but hers were green. Those are nice. I like those. They were gooders. I said nothing. I didn't even remember the brain, nothing. All I'm getting is advertisements for that
That does
exact
happen.
pair.
That is weird.
And I said nothing to anyone. I didn't even say it out
It's
loud.
really
Gooder,
weird.
nothing. And it was the exact
Really,
pair.
really,
the
really
exact
weird.
color, the little gold thing, everything.
They
the
are
ads.
in our head.
They're in our
but
heads.
how? I don't understand how.
Anyway, it's the end of the world.
All right, guys.
I think this is the end of it.
I think
we
we're
did
good.
it. We
Thank you,
exhausted it.
Melissa, for coming.
Yes.
We've enjoyed our time together. It was painless.
It was fun. We had a good time. This was good.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
but
no
you know
plan
what?
plan wasn't a good
We-
plan. This is
yeah.
Melissa Fagan, and she is with,
Real land title in Daphne.
She's in Daphne, Alabama.
and she will cover all your needs, commercial,
Everything.
land, resencial, whatever you have. She has a team of
Absolutely.
5 that will
do.
handle the transaction smoothly from
We
you
are
from
very
start to
efficient,
finish.
and we'll get it done quickly.
Literally been using them for years. Very satisfied.
And it's a nice space. Like
It
the
is.
closing rooms are really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, when I walked in, I was like,
We
wow,
made
this is
it
really
nice in
nice.
there.
I made it nice.
We made it. I love Dorinda.
I do too.
I know.
Oh my
I
God.
love the household.
Yeah.
I love Dorinda. Ugh. All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Thank you.